Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So today I wanted to bring you guys an interesting deck that was showcased, or well, I guess sent to us by our friend C. So his plan here is Garen Poppy. So this is literally, if you think about scouts or elites, it's literally like a matchup of both. This is just a Demacia beatdown deck that is using Bando City for Yordlesmith, right? Because the Yordlesmith can give quick attack to cards that have 2 or less, like have less power than the Yordlesmith or the same, which means that you can actually give quick attack to your challengers, to Fleet Feather Tracker, to the Petricized Broadwing because he has 0 attack, to the Protege, right? And just be able to get so much value from this, to be able to attack and just continuously be able to beat the opponent down as much as possible. So it really is just a beatdown deck, right? Instead of playing Misfortune and Quinn and taking advantage of the scout attack, you play Poppy and Garen to just be able to buffer your board, and you play Bannerman to just make your units and your challengers as big as possible and just get so much value. But the idea is still the same. The idea is still the same, that you're just playing all your units kind of like on curve. You have Ranger's Assault to be able to protect. You can play Golden Aegis to be able to rally and finish the games, right? We play single combat just as a way to potentially be able to sneakily level up Garen. And because with Found Misfortune, sometimes you do need a way to be able to deal with other units because you don't have the Misfortune Challenger combo to be able to remove units. So I don't mind the single combat here because you can synergize with Garen. Everything else here, though, is pretty straightforward. Like I said, you're just playing a lot of challengers. The one sculpture to just get a lot of value for your healthy units. And combining them with the Yordlesmith to just get the quick attack value and be able to continuously attack and attack. Now, just like Scouts, this deck is very reliant on drawing Poppy. I think if we draw Poppy, we win most of our games. If we don't draw Poppy, it's really hard. The problem is that Poppy is very vulnerable nowadays in meta because it does die to stuff like Rod of Arcane, right? And she does need to attack, and there's a lot of good blockers out there that can stop the Poppy from really being able to get any value. So it's a mixed bag. Is this better than Scouts? I don't think so, but it is a really nice fun variation of the Demacia beatdown package that I wanted to try out and showcase for you all. So if you like the Demacia package and you always wanted to try the Yordlesmith, this is what I would recommend. But anyways, as always, please make sure to subscribe below if you like the content. We post LOR videos every single day. And I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. Hope you enjoy the games today. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Draven Sion. I'm surprised that the opponent's still playing, by the way. Like, we're still playing because we have... We are attacking on odds, sorry, which makes me feel like Garen might actually be okay. This whole hand might be a little bit too greedy, though. Maybe we kick the single combat out and see if we can get more units, since we have like cards that want to get a lot of value for having units on the field. Yeah, maybe we got a little bit too greedy. Because there's going to be a lot of damage that we're going to take early on. Double Sculpture. I wonder if the opponent does the Mystic Shot. Anyways, what I was saying is that the cutoff for the seasonal is pretty soon today, and opponent is still playing even though they're like 150 OP, which I'm surprised about. I'm gonna do the combo here. If opponent wants to summon Draven right here, wow. I guess we don't have to anymore. I guess we can do like this. We could have gotten the quick attack combo here by doing the Yordlesmith. If the opponent summon another unit, but since they didn't summon anything, I'm gonna just go ahead and do the Sculpture instead. We'll buff everything up with the Bannerman. Wish I would have done it the other way now, because we could have just made this Fleet Feather even bigger. But then the opponent wouldn't get punished if they summon Draven here, because the opponent probably wants to develop their Draven right here. So yeah, I think it's fine. I think this is fine. Wow, they're just gonna get excited this. That's 2 burn that's used on sculptures, and I don't think I mind. Here's my thought though. Are we doing the Yordlesmith or are we doing the Bannerman? I think we just do the Bannerman if the opponent develops the Revenant, just so that we have a blocker. Okay, well, if the opponent's doing this, I'm gonna do the Yordlesmith. Because what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try to kill this Draven with the quick attack next turn, and we're also gonna have Garen on the field. Yeah, so they have Draven. They couldn't develop Draven last time because we started with the Fleet Feather. So the opponent kind of had no option, right? Here we can just do Garen and start working on leveling up the Garen. As well as have Sharpsight as a backup in order to play around like a Mystic Shot. Or a second Get Excited. Oh, I never seen that interaction. Captain Dole. Yeah, we can just attack with everything. Like, these 2 units have quick attack. This one doesn't have quick attack, but it has 5 HP, so the opponent will have to commit Spinning Axe to kill it. And if they do it like that, I'm okay with that, maybe.
Now we're cooking.
So, let's commit the Sharpsight. Let's commit the Sharpsight and force the opponent to have a Mystic Shot or Get Excited to stop this. They could also be second Draven or Willing Death. So it could be a main deck Willing Death or second Draven. Or Fervor. Alright, I'm okay with that. That's another piece of burn that goes to our... Like, those things actually go to our face, right? Which is all we ask, all we want. That's all we want. Oh, and we get the Poppy now, too. We also get the Poppy now. I'm debating if I wanna... Do we take the sits or do we just do the Bannerman right now? I think I'm gonna do the Bannerman right now. It's kind of unfortunate because it means that we won't be able to really buff up the Poppy. We also don't have to block this here. We don't have to block this here because we can just go super wide. I just trying to decide if I want to still do the Poppy or not. Because the problem now is that because we did the Bannerman last turn, we actually don't get any value, right? From the Poppy. We can do the Bannerman and make everything sits at 4 HP, sorry. Which kind of seems pretty nice to me. If the opponent has the Sion, they level up Sion. I think we lose. We lose to the Sion now. It had to be Poppy, I think. It had to be Poppy and then Bannerman this turn. Because we ended up taking the damage anyways, right? We ended up not even blocking. So by summoning this, we really didn't accomplish anything. We needed the rally, otherwise. Let's do the Bannerman. At this point, we just go full in. If the opponent has Sion, they have the Sion. It is what it is. Yeah. That's okay with me. Opponent can easily level up the Sion, so it's fine. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just take it like this. Opponent will level up Sion right here, which is unfortunate for us. But it's fine. We just have to try. We're gonna have to try to survive, but we won't be able to survive because that's way too much damage that we're taking next turn. Because opponent's gonna get the Lost Soul right back, right? So opponent can just level up Sion by doing the Lost Soul. And then just attack. Now the opponent has... Ooh, that's a huge draw. That's actually... That's a game-winning draw. Potentially. So the opponent can do the Spinning Axe. We're gonna have to block the Baboon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it right now. I wanna threaten this. I wanna threaten the potential of Sweeros to win. This is dealing 10 damage to us. If opponent has Get Excited, they always win, because we cannot kill that Sion. If the opponent does the Get Excited here, I think that's a mistake by them. He's also gonna get punished by the Ranger's Resolve, right? Now, this is forcing the opponent to have to attack. Okay, so he just has the second Draven. The second Sion. He's able to get rid of one of our units. We still get the barrier. Opponent gets to hit us for a bunch of damage here. So the good thing here is that even when the Sion... we can block the Sion. His Sion return only has 4 HP. So we can actually block the Sion. And be able to kill him. Kill the rally, right? So we're able to actually kill the rally Sion in response to this. So like we can block this damage here. And then we can do like this. And actually kill the Sion before the opponent is able to kill us. There you go. So we got able to get rid of the Sion. Opponent really committed another Sion earlier. The only problem here is that opponent gets all these blockers. All these attackers, sorry. Poppy's not really gonna do anything. She's gonna go to 3-4, which is kind of nice. We have quick attack. Actually, well, I guess she's gonna have quick attack, so that's pretty good for us. Opponent's gonna get punished here by the Ranger's Resolve, and then we win the game. Yeah, just got blown out. Just got blown out by the Ranger's Resolve. Woo! Okay. Absolutely blown out by the Ranger's Resolve. Because now we just open attack for the lethal. If the opponent didn't do that, we still have been fine. I guess he could spinning axe to be able to kill one of these units. But it's still lethal no matter what. Like, he can either kill the Yordle or he can kill the Poppy. He cannot kill both. Okay, he decided to go for the Yordle. It's still lethal because this becomes a 3-2, sorry. This still a 4, so opponent will need to have the Mystic Shot to be able to stop this. Otherwise, it's exact lethal in the field, and there we go. GG's. Whew. Yeah, that was a blowout, but yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Scouts. So let's see. Scouts versus the new Scouts, as I would like to call it. Whoa, this hand is kind of gross, to be honest. This hand is kind of gross. I don't hate it. I'm just gonna play on curve. So I'm just gonna play on curve. Because we have the Surgeon, the Bannerman, I'm just gonna play on curve. We can do the Sculpture here and start getting value. We can do the Yordle instead now. Kind of like passing now. Threaten the sharp side. Need to threaten the sharp side, so I like the pass here first. Opponent decides that sharp side is not real. So I guess we'll go ahead and do our Sculpture. We do our Sculpture and then the Broadwind. That way we can beat the sharp side next turn. Opponent will have to have both sharp side plus Ranger's Resolve to be able to stop this. Otherwise they lose their Broadwind. Unfortunately, it means that we do take a lot of damage on a Broadwind. Opponent can have some Misfortune here. Yeah, I guess it could also be double sharp side. But I doubt that's going to be an option. I'll take it like this for now. We have two options here. We can set up for like a big Bannerman, which might actually be better. Especially like, okay, especially now. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to play it slow. I'm going to play it slow. I'm going to play this card, which can become a good blocker against most of his stuff. Opponent could have Misfortune here, but it's still fine. We still have blockers for almost everything. And then next up we do the Smith plus the Bannerman. To get the value from the quick attack. Okay. So opponent is deciding that they're going to go ahead and kill the Sculpture then. So they're going to kill the Sculpture here. Not only that, but we can actually give the Bannerman the Tatter Banner, right? Which is pretty good. It sucks losing that Sculpture, but it is what it is. The idea here is that we're just gonna give everything quick attack, right? And we can do the Bannerman next turn to set it up. Here's the question: do we have to keep the mana for the sharp side? Sorry, we have to keep the mana for the sync because we're gonna lose the Yordle here, right? We lose the Yordle no matter what we do. We can pull all three of his units. Technically, we don't even need to do the Yordle right now, to be honest. Technically, we don't need to do the Yordle right now, but I feel like we get so much value. I feel like we can get so much value by being able to kill all those units that the opponent has with the Yordle, but I also don't want to give it up this early. Not when we have the Bannerman. Getting rid of his board like this is pretty damn good for us, regardless. We can Bannerman and have single combat available, while still giving the Tatter Banner to the Bannerman, which is pretty good. So this is 5, 7. Opponent could have like a 6 right here, which would be a, I guess not a punish, because we're going to have fearsome blockers, but will definitely be a lot of damage. If we have Poppy or Garen, this game would be so much better. Because Garen especially is such a big unit that... Okay, so, well, they have the Jenny. They have the Jenny, which is just as annoying. We're going to have to go ahead and do it like this. We're going to lose one of our units. And the opponent still gets to kill something for free with Jenny. So they're going to get to kill one of these units for free. Opponent decides that they do want to just attack with their Queen. If the opponent attacks with Queen here, are we ever just doing this? I guess I need to play around the Ranger's Resolve, right? I think I need to play around the Ranger's Resolve. We can single combat to stop, to kill the Queen, but the opponent could have a sharp sight. If the opponent doesn't attack with Queen here, then that means that they have... Okay, well, if he does it like this, it's 2 outs that we have then. Then we should just do this. Now the opponent cannot attack with that, and any other attack that he does, I guess he could attack with the Surgeon. He could attack with the Surgeon and still get value. If he cannot attack with Queen, because we have blockers for the Queen, the Balor doesn't get any kills anyways. Yeah, so he just attacks with the Surgeon. Next turn we can kill the Balor and the Queen. If he's going to give it to us right now, that's also okay with me. The problem is that we're down to 1 card, opponent's up to 3 cards, and still has for Demacia available. Which means that we're in a really bad spot. She's still going to have 3 attack next turn, so I think it's fine to just block here and guarantee that we can at least kill the Queen. That was his second Queen. But again, the problem is that we are completely out of resources, and opponent is not. Ranger's Resolve would have been so good last turn. Trading his board is good for us. Yeah, I was gonna say, trading your board is actually good for us. You're the one that has the poor Demacia. And the opponent just wins now. I guess this is a low roll, because when he does the... Wow, he also has the Misfortune. Okay, so yeah, opponent just wins by doing for Demacia next turn, and that's game. So unfortunately, we ran out of resources a little bit too quickly. We got the Garen a little bit too late. Got the Garen a little bit too late. We have Ranger's Resolve to punish his attack. If he doesn't commit the if he doesn't commit the for Demacia, okay, well, we can still punish the attack. We have Ranger's Resolve. We should have also given the Tattered Banner, by the way. We should have also given the Tattered Banner to the Garen. I think opponent is kind of trolling a little bit, unless they have their own Ranger's Resolve to punish this with. They could have their own Ranger's Resolve to punish this with, but otherwise they lose their whole board and we level up Garen. Yeah, okay. So they have their own Ranger's Resolve. They still lose most of their board. We have a regeneration on the Garen. They keep the Misfortune alive. They lose their Scout unit though, because they decided to attack with it as well. But imagine how much better spot we would be if we had Tattered Banner the Garen to be able to actually kill the Misfortune. It was our mistake that we didn't do that. I think I'm gonna attack. I think I'm just gonna attack and just level up the Garen. If the opponent wants to block here, that's okay. Again, at this point, I think opponent losing their units is actually beneficial for us. The only punish here is gonna be a Scout, right? Because the opponent is able to Scout. The reason I didn't want to commit the Brightsty Protector is because the opponent could easily have the rally, right? Okay, they have the rally anyways. We can block the Misfortune with the Garen while still being okay. Yeah, so that's why I decided to open, because the Misfortune is just such a punish. We could technically lose Garen here. We still have a blocker because of this girl. We probably needed to do the banner, to be honest. We probably need to do this right now, so that we're able to... No, I don't think we do. Ranger's Resolve is a blowout. Ranger's Resolve is going to be a blowout. Ranger's Resolve is going to be a blowout. Opponent's going to just try to level up the Misfortune here, which makes sense. Just the problem is that freaking Misfortune. He can do that for Demacia, right? He can do that for Demacia, and the Misfortune will be pushing 9 damage. Okay, well, yeah, he wins the game. We don't have enough blockers to stop the 9 damage. Yeah, we needed to actually like we lost the game when we didn't do the Tatter Banner on the. Oh, wait, we could have killed it. We could have killed this. We forgot that we also had this, by the way. We could have actually sacrificed into the Brightsteel. I forgot that I had the Rally and the Challenger. So that's our misplay as well.
That's Captain Fortune. I'll stop you.
So if we do it like this, like keeping the Garen doesn't do anything to us, right? Opponent just has Rally. I feel like with the way that the opponent's playing, I'm pretty sure they have the Rally. We had to challenge that Brightsteel. I guess if we did that, we would have to block with Garen here, which would have been pretty bad for us. Oh man, this Garen could get so much value. So this is something I gotta think about. I gotta remember. Tatter Banner can always go on the Garen. Yeah, come on, just do your Rally. It doesn't have the Rally. We still lose unless we draw a second single combat. Second single combat is the only way that we potentially... No, and that's not enough because opponent can just open now. Opponent just needs another unit here. They get it. We lose the game. Yeah, GG's. I need to remember that. Tatter Banner on Garen. Tatter Banner on Garen. There was no reason for me not to do it. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Kindred Jayce. We have a ton of removal. And the Shock Blast is really annoying for us, huh? The Shock Blast is kind of annoying for us. I really like the Ranger's Resolve. I don't know if the Squire makes sense at the moment. I like the Ranger's Resolve to protect against like some of the opponent's stuff. And the Yordle is always so good. Double Bannerman is a little bit awkward, I think. We can start with the Sculpture now so that we can buff this up to 3 health. And also still have the Poppy also be at 4 health. And then book everything up over and over again. And then with Bannerman, we get really, really big. Opponent wants to kind of do a Shock Blast here, I think. I think we just pass. If the opponent wants to burn their mana like that, I think I'm always passing. I think I'm just going to do the Poppy instead. And call it a day. So opponent got greedy, they're saving their mana. They could have Vengeance here, I guess. We have single combat for the Kindred. And we have Ranger's Resolve to keep the Poppy alive against a lot of things. I'm always passing back because if the opponent has Shock Blast, it will have forced us... Yes, okay, so there you go. So they do the Vengeance right now, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world either. It's not the end of the world either. Because we're going to have Bannerman to be able to go super wide. The problem is that the opponent still has 6 mana here. So the opponent could technically do the Shock Blast that we talked about earlier. It doesn't look like they have it, so that's not bad for us. We can do the Brow Win here. We don't need to do a second Yordle because the single Yordle already does the job. I guess, you know, it doesn't hurt to do the second one, I guess, if we need to. Oh, well, I guess we definitely do it now, right? We can always do a net stun though, right? We can always do a net stun because we have enough mana to do Bannerman as well. Opponent has enough for 6 mana here. I love the Garen, but I don't think it's Garen time. I think it's gonna be Bannerman time. I think Bannerman is just pushing so much damage here that it makes more sense to do the Bannerman. Opponent could have like Shock Blast or something like that. Okay, well, we're gonna just go ahead and do this, and everything's gonna have quick attack. Everything's gonna have quick attack. We're pushing for 9 damage here. Opponent's gonna go down to 5 HP. If they literally have nothing else here, we can do Garen next turn. There is a consideration that playing the Garen was an option, but I think if we play the Garen, we lose too hard to a Vengeance or a Thermal. for it to make sense. I guess we don't lose to the Thermal because we have the range result, but we definitely lose very hard to a second Vengeance. So I think I'm always fine taking this play slow like this. Because what is he going to do? He's going to Vengeance the Yordlesmith? And then do we not have to worry about Vengeance on Garen next turn anymore? He could Thermal the Yordlesmith as well. Not like the quick attack matters that much, because it's only one unit that you're blocking with. Will be the Jayce. Wow. Yeah, this is exactly why I didn't want to play a Garen. So there we go. We take the value there. We still get to push 6 damage. We still have a Garen on the field. We still can get him to 6 HP, and the opponent just committed their second. Oh, we can just rally now, right? What if he's Bannerman then? What if he's Bannerman and then we just rally? We also have single combat, so we can Bannerman and rally, push a lot of damage here, and there we go. Opponent even gives us the Kindred for free. We should actually single combat now. So we can single combat 90% lethal. Yeah, so we can actually single combat right now, like this, and we're presenting lethal because we have 11 attack on the board. We can pull the Kindred with this, and there you go. We win the game. So that's why the moment that I drew that rally, I figured that it was really good to keep enough mana to do both rally and single combat to get rid of their blockers and be able to just kill them like that. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ziggs Taliyah. So I think this is going to be tough. Usually Scouts tends to do okay versus this matchup, but I think this one's going to be a little bit tougher. They have a pretty good hand, though. Honestly, I wanted to keep this whole hand. I think both Garen and Poppy are just too important in this deck. And Sharpshot will let us protect them. The Broadwing can also synergize with all the stuff that we might draw. That we might naturally draw from now on. So Golden Ages as well. So Poppy could potentially level up this game. That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be kind of nice if Poppy can level up. Sure, I'll take my 3 damage. At the end of the day, we are kind of like an aggressive deck, so I'm okay taking the 3 damage there and not passing. Okay, we get the Fleet Feather Tracker, which is very important. So now we can do Poppy next turn while still having Sharp Side mana to be able to protect the Poppy, which I think is very important. I wish I could have done the Sculpture first, but I think we just take the value with Poppy here, because if the opponent wants to do a Rattle Negation, they're gonna have to sacrifice their unit. Okay, well, if they do it like that, that's also kind of annoying. Stops the Poppy. We have 2 options. We could rally next turn, to be honest. I don't hate it. I don't hate the rally next turn. I mean, sorry, I don't hate the rally this turn. I guess now that the opponent did this, we're never gonna rally. But it would have been okay. Maybe we want to keep enough mana to be able to rally with Garen next turn. Or we can just do it now as well. I think we just go like this. Right now. And we can do the Bryce the Protector on the Poppy next turn, so that we're able to attack with her without losing her to a block, while still having enough mana to do the Golden Ages. So yeah, so opponent had to commit. So we have 7, sorry. I would love to do this. But I think we need to go like this. So the reason I think we need to go like this is because this is too vulnerable. Like, unfortunately, that is a little bit too vulnerable to just the opponent having the Rite of Arcane, right? I am giving him all this value here, right? I am giving him all these landmarks, which is a little bit unfortunate from our side. But I think I'm okay with this at the moment. I definitely think we just rally this turn. Now, the opponent does have enough mana for Rite of Negation, which is a little bit unfortunate. They could also have the Pokey Stick to punish this. Okay. The second stun. The idea, though, is that this is lethal, right? So this is the idea right here. Like, this is attack lethal because everything else gets buffed up. So, yeah, GG's. Yeah, like I said, Poppy was going to carry the game, and Poppy just did exactly that. So, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Pantheon Yuumi. Okay, so let's see. How do we do this? We have to just go super wide, right? This is a pretty good board to be able to go super wide. We can just play on curve. 1, 2, 3, but the opponent can just get a big Demacia unit and we kind of lose the game. Like the only way that I see it, because this deck is a lot like Scouts, right? And the Scouts already loses to Pantheon Yuumi, so I don't expect this deck to do any better into it. Now the rally and the fact that we're going a little bit wide could make a difference. I just don't know if that's actually going to be enough to be able to survive against the pressure that the opponent can put here with a big Wounded White Flame. Well, Poppy might make a difference. Poppy might make a difference. Poppy might actually make a big difference. Because we can do Poppy on turn 4 and then Bannerman on turn 5. We're able to actually kill the Mountain Goat here without losing our unit. I'll take that back. We will lose our unit regardless. I still think we push the 4 damage. I think the 4 damage that we can push here is too important to pass up on. And we're just going to have to play the Bannerman Poppy game next turn. Opponents have 14 HP, which is pretty good for us. We have Rally, Bannerman, Poppy. Yordle is also actually very interesting because he can give everything quick attack. Opponent gets to push 7 damage here, like a Giga Chat. I wonder if I'm ever supposed to actually do Yordle instead of the Poppy. I guess it's a consideration. Because the Poppy's gonna lose Poppy's gonna die here when she attacks anyways, right? Because the Poppy will not be able to get through the White Flame. Or the Mountain Goat. So like all we can do is this and it's still not gonna be enough. I guess we have 6 health, so Poppy could survive. We're gonna have to sacrifice, or the opponent can just do, now they can just, okay. Well. So Poppy doesn't even get to survive. So all we can do is, if we pull here, we pull here. So we pull here because at least this one survives. We sacrifice a Poppy into the Mountain Goat and call it a day. We push 8 damage, opponents at 6 HP. Opponents at 6 HP. If they have like Sharps out anything, they can kill this as well. Bell Cascade, right? I needed to risk it, right? I needed to risk the opponent having a Pell Cascade for us to have a chance. Right, so they're down to 6. 6 HP is not safe for him. The problem is that we have to block, right? We have to block. And it doesn't matter because opponent's just able to do this. Five. We have to block. So we always lose to the Cataclysm regardless. What if it's just Garen? What if it's just Garen so that we can threaten his units? Like if we can get him to sacrifice one of his units, I think that's okay with us, no? Like we can just do this. Our opponent loses their board. They're gonna have to sacrifice they're gonna have to commit another Sharp Sight or a spell right here to save this. So they need to commit Sharp Sight or Pale. They do it right here. So we lose 2 of our board. Just need to put 6 damage on the field. Need to do 6 damage on the field. How do we get there? How do we get there? Because we need to go a little bit wider. And if the opponent gets the Cataclysm, we lose no matter what, right? So we cannot play around the Cataclysm. I don't think we can play around the Cataclysm. Just gets a level up Pantheon instead. Gets the level up Pantheon instead. We can Copium here a little bit. We can try to Copium a little bit here. Go like this. Have the ranges resolved to stop the Pantheon from killing one of our units. Opponent just needs to put the Yuumi on their Pantheon and they win the game. Right? Like, opponent just needs to put the Yuumi on their Pantheon and they win the game. Or they win the White Flame. Either one is going to get bigger, then we're able to stop with Golden Ages. So unfortunately, playing the Garen last turn did allow us to kill one of his units, but it also meant that we were not able... Maybe it had to be the Bannerman. Maybe it had to be the Bannerman last turn. Yeah, this is game. Like, the opponent got the big Wounded White Flame, got the big Pantheon, got all the Synth Blades. And that's it. As you'll see, they even get Lifesteal and Elusive, so yeah, GG's. I think it probably had to be Bannerman last turn. He still accomplishes the same thing as we did with Garen, where we're able to block his units, but we're also able to at least have a wider board next turn, so yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going against Field Day Rush. Now, this deck should do well versus that. Obviously, Ruination is the big punish here. We probably want to get like something like a Rally though at some point. We're attacking on odds, so I don't mind the Garen. I think the Brightstable Touch is a little bit too weak to the Brightstable Touch is probably a little bit too weak to like an Avalanche. We get the Rallies. Okay, so Rally kind of just completely changes this game around, right? I like doing the Squire instead of doing the Fleet Feather first, because he doesn't lose to Battle Feast, right? So this doesn't lose to Battle Feast, which is pretty nice. We have double Rally now, so all we need is like a good Rally turn for us to be able to win the game. Opponent's probably going to do the Golden Ages right here. Let's attack now. We can save the Resolve for later. I don't want to commit the Fleet Feather yet. I think we just attack now, take our 5, force the opponent to have... Ooh, wait, that's huge. Well, opponent doesn't have it. Opponent doesn't have it, so we're in a good spot. I like the Poppy here.
All right, team. Adventure time.
I like the Poppy here. Now, we do lose this girl here. So hear me out. We can do the Garen right here and have the ranges resolve as a backup. For an Avalanche, right? So we have the ranges resolve as a backup for an Avalanche. Well, start to working on the level up on the Garen. Opponent could technically have Vengeance, but that's why the open attack probably wasn't good anyways. Okay? If opponent does like this, I might be okay with this, right? Like this is... We do lose the Broadwind, which is kind of annoying, but we're pushing just so much damage here. The Poppy's out of range of... Poppy's now out of range of the... Avalanche. And we can literally just win if the opponent ever lets us rally. Because Poppy's going to level up. He's going to have to Vengeance either Garen or the Poppy. Cannot really do both. If they have a Ruination, that's kind of unfortunate, but we can slightly refill our board. Like, if I was the opponent, I would be looking for Ruination here. I kind of like the Sculpture. I kind of like the Sculpture for us to present lethal next turn. We still have access to Golden Ages here to be able to stop. Again, Ruination will be the only punish here. Because our hand is really awkward, right? That's huge. So that's what I needed to do. Because now we force the opponent to have to vengeance, right? Now we force the opponent to have to vengeance here, and when they vengeance, they're gonna go down to 4 mana. Yeah, there we go. We can punish this with a Ranger's Resolve to keep our Poppy alive, and then we just rally and win the game. We have enough mana to do rally plus Sharpside if we need to protect this girl against almost anything else. We go like this, and that's game. Because the Poppy will level up, and we have lethal with everything else. I wish the opponent would have let us see the Poppy level up, but yeah. This deck is kind of cracked right now. It's crazy. I feel like we're doing so well. Almost 200 LP, so yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Katerina Nazis. Okay, so I'm guessing the opponent's playing like... Opponent has to be playing stuff like Scorched Earth, right? There's absolutely no reason for them not to. This is such a good synergy with the Yordle. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna keep the whole hand, even though I actually don't think keeping the whole hand makes sense. Because opponent could easily have Mystic Shot for this. But we have to go for it, right? We have to go and try to see if we can get the value from the Yordle. So I'm willing to just take it right now and see how it goes. Unless the opponent just passes here and doesn't do anything, that would be a problem. Let's see. What are we waiting for? Come on, opponent. What are we waiting for? Okay, there we go. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so double Yordle. We don't get the value. We don't get the Tatter Banner, which kind of sucks. This looks like it's just an aggro deck. Okay, so it might just be an aggro deck that's just playing Katerina as like a little bit of a top end. In which case, that's a little bit annoying. But it's not the end of the world. We might just do Bright Steel instead of doing the Yordle so that we have another blocker. Or we can do the Yordle too. No, now that we have the Sharp Side, I'm willing to do this instead. But since we have the Sharp Side, I'm willing to do it like this. We still get like the quick attack value because this has less attack than the Yordle, which is the combo here, right? The combo here is that the Yordle is buffing up your Broadwind and giving it quick attack. Because it always has 0 attack, right? We have Sharpside to be able to have a quote-unquote fearsome blocker for next turn. Okay, opponent's just going to try to burn us down there, huh? So we have Sharpside, we also have Bright Steel Protector. Opponent does another 1 damage here. We have a good blocker for on the Broadwind. We get Garen for next turn. Okay, I mean, if you want to give it to us here, I'm okay with this. I think I'm just going to go, I'm just going to go all in. I think I like that. I think we can keep the Sharp Side for later. I think we're just going to go wide and buff everything up with Garen and call it a day. So we're going to have quick attack on both these units to be able to get some value. Okay, opponent's going to decide to do the Sigil of Malice here, which is good for me. I mean, that's 1 less burn that goes to face. We have 2 options. We can do Garen or we can do the second Yordle. Kind of like Poppy now. Although Garen is probably better. Garen would have actually probably been better, to be honest. Garen would have been slightly better. We could push a little bit more damage. I think we still go ahead and attack with everything. Because we need to start killing them here soon. Garen can push a little bit more damage, but I mean, because we could try to level up Garen, right? We could try to level up Garen instead of trying to level up the Poppy, because the level up Poppy takes a little bit more time than it is to level up Garen. It would have still been the same result here, and actually we would push a little bit more damage, right? Because this would have been a little bit higher. Our opponent's just trying to burn us down though, right? So if they get the Decimate, then we lose the game. I guess we're at 9 HP, so we're not that close from dying yet. And the opponent loses on our next attack. Yeah, opponent just loses on our next attack. So they need to get like... That's game. Unless they have like Get Excited plus Mystic Shot, and this should be game. So let's see what happens here. Imagine if we had the rally. We had the rally, they also lose here. Alright, do you have the double burn? It could be Get Excited plus Sigil. It could be double Get Excited. Yeah, there you go. So he does have the burn. Unfortunately, we needed the rally to be able to have a chance. Oh, wait, he doesn't got the burn. Alright, so we end up winning. That means the opponent had double Mystic Shot then. or like Savior plus Mystic and didn't get to get excited. So yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. It's a little bit weird with this deck because I feel like when we win fast and hard. So that's why you had a bunch of like really short games showcased today. The opposite is true though. When we lose very slow. So that's why you have some of our losses were like the longer games, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think I could have played some of the games a little bit better. Obviously, the big one is that misplay against Misfortune, where we could have easily won that if we get the challenger to the Garen. But I was also trying to learn the deck, and you know, I always forget sometimes about those cards like Tattered Banner that I can play before I actually commit the attack. But anyways, aside from that, I think the deck is really fun. Again, it's just a nice fun variation on the Demacia package, so we recommend playing it if you're looking for something new to try out. In terms of mulligan, I would say you definitely keep the Sculpture and the Broadwind, in my opinion. You definitely want to keep Poppy. I think Yordle, Broadwind, Sculpture, and Poppy will be my main keeps almost 100% of the time. I think those 4 units just carry the game, especially Poppy. I think you always want to keep at least 1 Poppy in your hand if you can help it, to the point where I might consider hard mulliganing for Poppy in certain scenarios if I don't have like a Broadwind or Sculpture in my hand already. So yeah, that would be my suggestions. If you like the video, please make sure to like it below. And if you like the content, you can subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day, so you can keep up to date whenever our videos go live. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this deck. I'll see you all again tomorrow.